It is now time for the old school RuneScape creator panel. Please welcome Mod Ayiza, Hanner, Settled, Skillspecs, Jimmy, and Soup.
Hopefully everyone can hear me okay, despite my voice breaking. Can I get some noise if you can hear me? I can hear myself, so hopefully. Awesome. Okay, cool. A couple of ground rules, just because we're going to be directing all the questions from you. I've not prepared anything, so please help me out. I need you to speak clearly, loudly, one question at a time. I'm not very good at multitasking, and I have a terrible memory. Also, for those of you who are standing at the back, there are plenty of seats around. Please go find one, sit down, rest your legs. It's going to be a long day. But yeah, I have the absolute pleasure of being joined by some amazing creators in the old school space. Thank you so much for taking your time out to be with me. Thank you to everyone for being here. Just to break the ice a little bit, let's just do a quick round of how has your RuneFest been so far? Soup, what's your most exciting experience?
Been incredible. Genuinely one of the best weekends of my life. Meeting everybody, and of course the gnomes were fantastic. So it's been amazing.
Oh yeah, I'd hope so. You were being a winner and all. So
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you guys.
In fact, we have quite a few Golden Gnome winners, so I wonder if we'll get the same answer. Jimmy, how about yourself? How's the weekend been so far?
Well, it's been a lot of fun. This is like one of the 2 times a year, sometimes 1 time a year, I get to see my friends. So It's so nice, no matter where we are. I mean, and it's extra special because it's this. So very happy.
Amazing. Yeah, it is really good, just all coming together. So. And Settled, how about yourself? How's your weekend been?
Oh, it's been great. I went here, RuneFest 2018, 2019. I was waiting every single year to come back, and I don't know, it's just been great meeting the creators and yeah, seeing my friends, one of our 2 allotted times every year. So
yep.
Yeah, it's been awesome.
Nice. Well, yeah, this is also my annual allowance of being allowed out of the house. So
right.
Remotely, this is the only socialization time. Hanner, how about yourself? How's your weekend been?
This is my second RuneFest. It's been great. I've been enjoying meeting people, obviously. I think that's the best part, is meeting people and kind of putting a face to their names that, we all know and talk with pretty frequently. And I think also seeing all of the cosplays has been probably my second favorite part, all the creativity.
Do you have a favorite cosplay that you saw so far?
Probably the Blood Torva.
Oh, okay. It was amazing. I have a soft spot for General Grador and his son. That was really cute. Seeing them coming through the entrance, the smile on their face was amazing. But some really incredible costumes. Thank you to everyone who's cosplayed. And lastly, Skillspecs, great to have you here as well. How's your weekend been so far?
Buddy, yeah, it's been a 10 out of 10, right? Thank you for having me here once again. Thanks for having me on stage as well. What a lineup, buddy. You asked me my favorite thing I've had so far. Honestly, it's just how busy it's been. This is crazy.
It's
hey,
busy.
and Solo Mission's line yesterday. If you catch him again, make sure you give him another line. He loves it.
Okay, all right. I think we're ready to jump into some questions straight away. So everyone help me out. Who wants to go first? Anyone has a question for anyone on the stage? We'll probably take from the back to begin with. If you just want to make yourselves known, maybe put your hand up and I can direct someone towards your way. Okay, we have over here on the left in the brown jacket. There's a mic coming.
Is Herbiboar a boss?
Is Herbiboar a boss?
No.
Oh.
Oh, nobody, no.
No, I don't think so. That was a great question. Thank you. Any more inspirational questions? And we have over to the right here, we have a hand up with the dark long hair. That would be great. I'm sorry, it's the best way to describe people, so if you're...
That's right. I recently started my own content creator journey, and I just wanted to ask, how do you stay motivated?
Oh, can I take that one as a start?
Go ahead.
The people surrounding me right now, great motivation. Just seeing everything they do. Genuinely, that's pretty much right. There you go. Right. Oh, that good of an answer. Okay, I'll take that. Okay.
I would say discipline is a big part of it. I mean, it's obviously your own kind of thing that you create, but it does come down to just realizing that it is, going to be disciplined at the end of the day and keeping it going and being consistent. I would say that's the biggest factor for me personally. And obviously seeing other creators. There's a lot of creativity. So it's hard to keep up.
Oh, are we all answering? Oh,
we don't have to. If you have insights, you feel free to add them.
No, I mean, honestly, it's, I think I was like kind of going through like a little bit of burnout recently for the first time in probably like 5 or 6 years. And I mean, honestly, this event has given me a lot of motivation, like seeing people and people coming up to me and telling me how much like I've impacted them and stuff. And that has been a huge motivator for me. And I mean, yeah, I think just people. That's it.
Yeah, we're incredibly lucky to be a close-knit community of creators. So, you know, after you play this game for a long time and then make it a career especially, you need different sources of motivation because it doesn't just stay there to just play the game. So being surrounded by especially these two dudes here, when they put out a video, and it's some of the coolest cinematics I've ever seen in my life, I look at that and go, I want to make something that cool. Like, I can do that, right? It just gives you that motivation to go and find that creativity that you need to, you know, basically keep up, stay up with everybody else. So always just look to your peers, I guess, just for motivation.
Almost like a little bit of friendly competition.
Absolutely, yeah.
Very cool.
I would say as RuneScape players, we like seeing numbers go up, right? So YouTube, Twitch, whatever you're doing it on, seeing those numbers sometimes rise and fall. You're always motivated to keep grinding and pushing. And if, like these guys have said, we're all motivated by each other and everybody else's content. It's tough, but it's really, really fun, and we really enjoy it.
Awesome. Thank you. I hope they were good answers. We're going to go over to the left here now, and there is a checkered shirt.
Hello. The question is more Twitch related, but I guess it counts for YouTube as well. I'm just wondering, like, especially for people who might be interested in getting into content creation or streaming, how do you deal with the fact that some people are just going to want to be negative towards you all the time, no matter what you do? Like, I know it's more maybe of an act, but like, we can all read Skillspecs chat when things happen.
Okay.
I love you, Skillspecs. It's fine.
Genuinely, playing into the negativity helps so much. Okay. More than you know, like someone just calling me fat moron, you know, what you doing, you idiot? Stop that. Eat food more, stuff like that, bro. Just anything. Use that as, hey man, he's just being nice, you know, and then try and make that funny if that's possible. I don't know. Don't ever see it as actually negative because if they came to your chat, hey, they wanted to be there, I guess. I hope that helps.
Yeah, thanks.
Any other experiences of negativity that we want to add to it?
I would say focus on the people that are there to enjoy your content and connect with you and, you know, make a relationship with you. And remember that they kind of obviously come first and that you're important to them and you provide entertainment and they value their relationship with you. So try to focus on the positives more than the negatives, if possible. I know it's easier said than done.
I used to make quest guides 12 years ago for old school.
Really?
Wait, really?
And,
No way.
Apologies again. And that was, listen, I have no regrets, okay? Sorry if I messed up. But at the time, as you can imagine, quite a few dislikes, negativity. But it was just one of those things where, like Jay said, you got pushed through it. You kind of have to laugh about it and go through it. And eventually, like for me, Guild Honor Games helped a lot with getting rid of a lot of that. But yeah, it's pushing through and knowing that there's a lot of people who do genuinely enjoy watching you. So yeah, apologies again. I do.
Yeah, that's also a lot of the times I feel like a lot of negativity you see. I'm not a streamer, but we get to experience quite a bit of it working with community. But it's just fueled by passion most of the time. So as long as you're able to try and understand what the real intent behind the messages being sent are, a lot of the time it's clouded by emotion, frustration, and getting to the bottom of that really just helps, at the end of the day, just close down and be like, I can understand where they may be coming from, even if I disagree with the intent behind it, kind of thing. Thank you, everyone. Great question. And we'll go from the middle here now, and the grey jumper here. I know you were very keen earlier. Sorry, I didn't get to you before. It's okay. There'll be a mic coming across. We may have to pass it down. This here. Yeah. Thank you. a little bit past the parcel, just no unwrapping to do. Sorry, no socks today.
Hi. I just wanted to ask, would you guys have like any advice for someone who is looking to get started in content creation? Because I feel like everyone knows that old school RuneScape has like a really high bar in content creation. It has some of the best streamers, best YouTubers, and I feel like unless you have like some sort of gimmick or you're really unique, it's kind of hard to stand out. So what advice would you give to someone who's looking to get started?
That's a really good question.
I'll take this one.
Yeah, go ahead, Fleety.
I honestly think, okay, first of all, the key is to just start as well. Because I feel like when I wanted to be a content creator, I like just dreamed about it for like 2 years. I could have started 2 years before I actually did. And I just thought about it every single day. But I could have made my first video like next week if I really wanted to. And I think a recurring theme, especially with like the new upcoming creators, if you watch the awards, all of them did like something that has either never been done before, or they like innovated on a concept. Like they kind of gave the game something fresh, and I think that is like a cheat code to stand out. I mean, if you have a new idea, just start, go for it, and it usually just gets picked up. I feel like the community has like really good eyes for that kind of thing. Like it'll just blow up somewhere, and it's yeah, just start.
That's really good advice.
I think realistically, this is kind of a rule of thumb that I've noticed. It's like a trend. No matter what you make, this is kind of bouncing off of just make something, because no matter what, a year from after you make something, looking back on it, you're probably just going to hate it anyway. So just create something, because you're just going to keep getting better the more you create. You're going to find your style. You're going to find what works. And don't be afraid to fail, because it's all part of a creative process. I have a large backlog of stuff that really sucks. So you just have to work your way through your own style and find out what you enjoy personally, and it'll find itself.
Amazing. There was a part to the question outside of just starting, in terms of standing out. How important do you think it is trying to make yourself stand out as a creator from the offset versus actually just starting and making something? Any views on that at all?
Honestly, I would say it's not necessarily, it's more so building the community at this point. Yeah, you've got a big point is building a community. Is a great example we've got. Maybe he's in the crowd right now, maybe he's not. Dino is the best. And Odablock and Dino have two of the biggest communities out there. Is Dino especially, one of it is Discord. Helps him massively. He's in there every single day chatting to him. They're flaming his horrible beans. If you've seen a Dino live stream, you know his food is...
It's questionable at best.
Hey man, there's a reason his mom still cooks his dinner, okay?
Yeah. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Next question we'll take from the right-hand side over here. And I'm being waved at quite enthusiastically, so we'll take the waiver. I feel like you've all now figured out the way to get my attention is to wave. So if you keep your hand up, there we go. And we'll pass the microphone down. Do a quick time check.
Mr. Twitchman. Right, guys. If you had free Twitch Prime, who would you use it on?
Thank you, Colin.
Colin Sawyer. Wait, no, please. Come on, please. Colin Sawyer. If anybody's ever heard of his name before, I beg. Thank you. Oh, Buddy Sawyer.
Who are you prime subbing to?
3, or do you say 1? I'm giving mine to Skillspecs.
Yeah.
My favorite streamer personally, along with Bodhi. So, right there.
Okay, there we go.
Right there.
We're going to create some rivalries today. I love it. Any other prime suspects? We're going to say you don't have Amazon Prime now. You don't have to answer.
I'm gonna prime sub to my wife so I get part of the revenue.
Oh, okay, yes. Revenue share, I like it. Very cool. Okay.
I'm also going to prime sub to his wife, so
Yeah?
maybe I get a little bit of that.
Respect. Okay. There's that friendly competition coming back in now, keeping you on your toes. Okay, brilliant. All right, shall we take another question then? Let's go over to the left, and I can see waving happening. No, it's my bad. What is it that you're holding? Wow, that is very cool. The light is blurring it from here, so I kind of just saw red.
Sorry, I wasn't ready to hear my own voice. So, if any of you were like inspired or motivated by seeing smaller creators who like kind of do some incredible things that go unnoticed, who would those creators be in your eyes?
I've got one off the top of my head instantly if you guys don't. Doobie Doobies, if you ever heard of him before. Oh my God, he's such a funny man. Hopefully you've run into him at RuneFest. Oh, Doobie Doobies. Yeah, he's, everything about him, doesn't necessarily get the most viewers, but he's just, if you stop into his live stream, he'll give you the time of life. He'll treat you as if you're his best friend already. You've known him for 5 seconds and he'll give you a story of a lifetime. He's, yeah, that's definitely, move it up, sorry. That was the question, right?
I would say Brett Dog. I think Brett Dog is really sweet and has made a really nice community. So yeah, I would say Brett Dog.
You got anyone?
I mean, I feel like the creators that I was inspired by have grown so much this year that they're not even small anymore. Like, I was hugely inspired by Jiprate and Josh's in Gaming, who are both here and lovely. Yeah, they're not so small anymore, but just the passion and care that they put into each episode kind of made me like, I need to start doing more. Like, I don't know, maybe like I need to bring it up a level. I mean, Josh literally created his own OST for his own series. I'm like, well, why can't I do that? What the heck? That's awesome. So, but yeah, not so small anymore. I'm really happy for their success.
It almost comes back to the first question. They motivate you.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, my small creator won a golden gnome for best new creator yesterday. So he's the next quest guy, and he Alien Food. If you guys know him, Unguided. It served as a very brief reminder that simplicity often shines. In a world that can get very complex, especially any job that's creative-based, things can start getting a little foggy, and as soon as I saw Unguided, I was just kind of reminded to stick to the roots of what you love to do, and you don't have to overthink as much, and he does a perfect job at just proving that simple ideas can get a lot of love, and they work really well.
Amazing answer. That may also maybe provide some more inspiration for starting out. It's standing out is maybe just being simple and being true to yourself. And lastly, sorry to interject, but Sue?
Yeah, I would say it's really, really hard to pick out somebody because there's so many creators. I will refresh my YouTube feed and see a new RuneScape series on my homepage every single day. It's actually so hard. But I'm going to say it again, Alien Food and Josh's in Gaming have incredible series. I'd highly recommend checking them out. They're two new but very established creators already, which is crazy. So I'd have to say them. And I would have to say actually have an RS3 creator as well, Iron Araxor. Big shout out to Iron Araxor. He has a crazy new series called the RuneScape Showdown. I highly recommend it. So yeah, those guys have all been my go-to watches over the past few months.
Amazing. Thank you, everyone, for the answers. Let's take another from the middle, and I'll go middle right, and we're going to take... Okay, you have a beer, sure. We still have plenty of time, so I'm hoping I'll get through to as many of you as possible.
So for you guys that upload to YouTube,
Can you just put the mic a little bit closer?
Hello.
Yeah, that's better, thank you.
So do you guys edit your own videos? And if so, how long does it take you guys to edit? Because I feel like the only thing setting me back from reaching my true potential is consistently uploading due to the amount of time it takes me to edit.
Amazing. Did you guys get that?
What was the second part?
It was the only thing that he feels like is holding it back is the time it takes to actually edit for an upload. So yeah, do you edit yourselves? If so, how long does it typically take?
Yeah, I edit myself. I do. For non-Gillinor Games videos, I would say they can take anywhere from a couple days to a week or two, depending on the complexity of the video. For Gillinor Games episodes, I mean, they will take upwards to 80 to 100 hours per episode, so quite a bit of work. But for me, you have this kind of addiction with, I use Adobe Premiere Pro, and you are just obsessed with making it perfect on there. So it takes a lot of time, and it's something I really enjoy at the end of the day. But in terms of something holding me back, not enough time in the day. Sometimes I wish I just I didn't have to sleep because it would give me more time in the day. But yeah, I would say not enough time in the day to get the videos out that I want in the time that I want. But yeah, I think everybody experiences that. So.
Finding there's a big culture now of finding editors. A lot of streamers, especially, their entire channels will be run through editors, and they won't even touch their own YouTube, which is incredibly smart and efficient. And I think a lot of creators that I know have tried working with editors, including myself, and we just got so used to being a one-man army, which is incredibly dumb for what we do, but it's a really hard thing to kind of let some of your freedom go and give someone else your vision, and it's incredibly hard to do that, even though it's kind of a compromise you have to eventually accept. It's almost required after a certain point, but I still edit my own because I suck at giving away freedom.
I feel like I'm the worst person to give advice for this because my process is so far from perfect or even remotely organized. Like, I'll just hyper focus on like the way I say a word in a certain clip, and that'll re-record it like 48 times. So I genuinely don't think I can give any good advice here. I just kind of have a process, and it's super messy and chaotic, and then eventually I just put something out.
Hey man, if it works for you, it works for you, even if it's terribly so.
I just live stream. So.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, no comment. Yeah.
Okay, amazing. Thank you all. All right, from the right now, if you've probably noticed, there's a bit of the rhythm. We're going like left, right, left, right. We'll go left here and towards the front with the cap on the third row.
Hi, I was just wondering, what's the thought process behind finding new content, like original content, unique to the game?
Okay.
It's a question as old as time, finding something new to make. I think the old school video makers especially are probably masters of this, because I thought we'd be out of series ideas like 5 years ago. And like Soup was saying, there's a new one if you refresh your feed every day. And I think it's just taking a step back and realizing how much of a sandbox game old school RuneScape or RuneScape is, and just kind of coming up with any idea that pops in your head and seeing what works and kind of drawing it out, or just ask somebody that you know, like I did for By Release. I just asked, what do you think I should do for a series? And he came up with it immediately, and it was the next 6 years of my life.
Happy to do that.
Thanks, man.
Also, depends what the J-mods, you know, heavily depends what you guys have coming up for us, bro.
I guess so, yeah.
If it's anything PKing related, then I've got a lot coming up. If it's, you know, EVMing, not so much.
It's
but
time to get that
I'll
Iron
still
Man
try.
back out, Skillspecs. Get back on the Iron Man.
Right, well, it's going well, kind of.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's true. A lot of it is driven by content. So depending on which game you're playing and how frequent it gets updated, that may significantly impact how innovative you can be, or maybe it actually is a positive because there's so little new that you're then being the person bringing new to the table. Does anyone else have anything else to add? No? Okay, then we'll take a question from the far left-hand side, please. And we will go with, there is a person with a black and red on the t-shirt, just in the middle of the crowd. There we go.
Hello. I was just wondering what the highlight of, or a highlight of your creator career would be.
Definitely the quest guides, for sure. The highlighted creative career is, yeah, I mean, for me, Gillenor Games is the easy answer. Completely changed my life and my relationship with all the creators in the scene and the fans as well. So that's for me the number one.
I think a highlight for me happened with Gillenor Games. I don't know if can I spoil this season, two seasons ago? Is that?
Yeah, that's okay.
Cool. Getting eliminated from Gillinor Games with Settled, and then coming back to Gillinor Games in a surprise episode, working our way to a redemption was a really cool moment on someone else's series. So that was a really cool experience.
We almost had it all.
We almost did. Whatever.
Do you need a moment? Are we good?
For me, I guess uploading the Swampletics finale, since that was like, that was like peak emotion for me. I literally, when I pressed upload on that video, I just like sat in my chair and cried for like 5 minutes because I had stayed up for like literally 60 hours. And yeah, I don't think I'll ever forget that. That was something it's ingrained in my soul.
It was an epic end to a very epic season in total. You've seen it, the proof's in the pudding.
I've never seen anyone more stressed.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Me and Framed were in a call with him as he pressed publish for that, and I had never seen so much weight come off of a human being's shoulders before. It was a crazy moment.
I kept asking, like, should I hit publish? Like, and then I was like sharing my screen, and they were just yelling at me to do it already, and I just sat there for 20 minutes, and I finally gave in. I made it public. And I just, let it all go. And
amazing.
And it did great. I'm happy about that.
It did do great. Well done. I remember the first time that we met in person, we brought you over to JX, and it was very early Swampletic days. And even then, you were extremely stressed about.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd see whenever I log in, no matter what time of the day it was, you would be online, grinding away at Swamp. And I'm glad it all obviously turned out well for you, and very well so.
I think not to be too on the nose, but being here is obviously, I think, a big highlight for me, and meeting a lot of people. I mean, these guys, y'all create really great stuff. And as someone who, for the most part, just live streams and community builds, I think it's really cool to be here and meet all the people that watch and, make it possible for us to even be up here or do what we do for a job. And, we're all really appreciative of that. So I'd say that's a highlight for me.
Amazing, thank you.
I hate to say it, but it probably is the time that I hit a 73 on that that ginger brick. Excuse my language. Genuinely, as the amount of people who mention that to me, every time I hear the word 73, my little eye just, a little twitch or something in there. It gets me a little bit, I'll be honest. It's very humbling. Everybody knows about it, apparently.
That is
surprisingly.
That number has plagued me ever since I saw it. Any mention or notice of 73, I'm just like, joy. I just can't help it. Even with my family, I know, we might go to the deli and pick up a ticket. It's number 73. I'm like, haha, 73. And they're like...
I'm the exact same. Don't worry.
It's a terrible curse but a blessing at the same time. So thank you for that epic moment. Okay, I'm going to go from the middle right here. Oh, there's so many questions. Where are we go? Right at the front here with the backwards on cap. I remember seeing you yesterday.
How's it going, guys? I just wanted to ask if you guys had any fears about the longevity of your careers in this industry.
Ooh.
Oh, man.
When's retirement, guys?
That was ominous.
Yeah, it's...
Something coming?
Yeah.
What do you know?
I used to have fears of how long the game would last, but I don't think the game's going anywhere. I think old school RuneScape is... this game's going to be around. I think it's going to be around forever, genuinely. It's just, this game is too good not to, and I think that alone will mean that I have no fears currently of stopping creating, and I want to be around as long as possible. So yeah, genuinely, no fear. A little bit, but yeah,
Will there become a point where Gillinor Games is like Fast and Furious? We're like, Gillinor Games 29.
Man.
Vin Diesel drives the train through the Jewel Arena.
Man,
the PvP arena.
Should I get Vin Diesel on Gillinor Games?
Please do. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, longevity of career, I feel like everyone worries about that no matter what career you have. We were given fear about this job from people who love us the most getting into it. It's something we've had to deal with since day one, and I think you just learn so many lessons about how this all truly works. You learn how to stay with momentum, how to gain momentum as a creator, creating communities like they were talking about before. There's there's a lot that you just kind of learn the more experience you get. As long as you stay connected, stay grounded, everything will be all right.
That's a scary comment. I'll give you that one. Everyone always scared at us. Eventually, it'll come for us all one day, you know. But we all grow old together. Do you know what I mean? As a community, people who are watching us in the chat, they've been watching us for years, you know. And hopefully, you know, when he's an old man, maybe he'll be watching me. Maybe I'll still be streaming. I don't know. But yeah, it's always a worry. Yeah. No.
My chat gets mad at me because I'm like, guys, I don't think I'm going to be streaming at 45, but they really seem to think I listen. I said, if you guys are still watching, I'll be live. But so I think I'm a little less worried about it than they are.
Very good, very good. Okay, it's a crazy one actually because time flies by so fast as well. I imagine for many of you, maybe when you first got into it, you thought it would be a year or so, try it out, see how it goes, and you know, it's been a decade later and still here.
Well, Framed and I started making videos in 2010 together.
Yeah.
And we don't talk about the videos we uploaded back then. I mean, it was just rough. But to still be with him here 15 years later, making videos full time is like blows my mind every time I think about it. So yeah, it makes me very happy.
Incredible scenes. All right, amazing. So from the right-hand side here, we're going to go near the middle. We've got a waving arm here. Go back a little bit. There we go. Got it. Thank you.
Hi, so this question is actually from my wife back home in the United States. Soundtracks are a big thing for her, and she wants to say that Soup has the best music taste of all the creators.
Okay, yeah, fair enough, yeah.
Thank you.
And she also wants to know how, like, everybody, like, do you have a process for picking your music? Because that's like, she engages in a video, like, she gets to a good soundtrack and she's locked in. Even though she, like, basically doesn't play RuneScape, she watches a lot of creators. So do you guys have, like, a process for that?
Well, I think you should take
it.
Well, thank you. Shout out to your wife. Thank you for the kind words. For me, music is one of the most, maybe the most important thing in videos to make it more exhilarating, more exciting, more thrilling, especially for a reality show where there's always stuff on the line. So I've gone lengths to call companies, contact companies who license music. So I'm going to websites that have music libraries and finding specific reality TV music with epic soundtracks and stuff to try to make the episodes more exciting. And I really think, and hopefully you guys agree, it does add so much to the show when there's a ban and an elimination on the line. You have this pulsating music, thrilling, really dark. It adds so much. It elevates the moments every time. One of my favorite ever moments is Skillspecs versus Torvesta, the DH fight in season 3 where they're axing and you just have this music blaring as they're going at each other. I mean, it makes it so intense. So yeah, it's a long process to find it, but the great thing is a lot of mainstream, like Hollywood companies are actually now licensing music to YouTubers for a very reasonable cost. And they will automatically clear any claims and making it way more affordable. So if you guys are looking for your own projects, looking to elevate them, definitely look into just Googling sites like Artlist, MusicBed, West One Music Company are some great ones. They are very willing to work and give you some music that you won't find anywhere else. So it's a long process, but it's worth it because I think it makes the videos a lot better.
In the next Skill and game, so even you're mindful what song you use next because I can't hear Fortunate Son now without thinking of GG, but you've ruined it for me.
Yeah.
You've ruined it for me. Right.
Dude, my fault.
Amazing. Does anyone else want to add anything more, or should we just try and get some more questions through?
I think the music guy should ask.
I have also kind of a chaotic process for this where I'll just obsessively, like, I use Artlist, which is another one I would also recommend if you're looking for something for your own projects, but I'll just go through Artlist, like I'll click cinematic and like, whatever vibe I'm looking for, and I'll just listen to music for like 5 hours while I play, and I'll be thinking of like moments that correspond to it in a video. So if you've ever like felt any specific emotion, whether it be anger, hatred, or happiness watching.
Okay, there was a positive there then. I was thinking you really are in a chaotic mess doing these videos.
It's because I felt that emotion too. And that's how I know that other people will be feeling that in that moment. So that's kind of how I do it, is like, if I feel it, then I'm like, okay, well, this is the right one.
Awesome. Amazing. Okay, thank you. From the far left, and anyone on the very far... Wait, did I just go far left? I can't remember. We're going far left again. Right at the front here. Thank you. And we'll sweep background.
Starting from the left.
Oh, no, that was very
Who
accurate.
is your best friend in the content creation scene?
Wait. Oh, no, it's Kevin. I'm going to go with you, Kevin. Yeah, we're cool, right? No, it's, honestly, I as much as I hate him, you know, I do love him sometimes. It probably is Torvesta, but our Boaty, Torvesta, our Boaty, and also I'm really close to Donator at the minute. If you've watched Donator, dude, big fan of Donator, Kevin. Right. Also, heck you, Kevin. Right. As Alfie would say. Right.
I'd have to say it's Will. I mean, pretty...
Shocker.
Yeah, didn't come as a surprise, but...
Yeah. Well, I can tell you who I don't like, and it's framed. Well, no, it would have to be, I mean, two of my boys here, you know, talk all the time, and we, you know, I mean, it's, I love them so much. And framed is okay, too.
You make me sick.
Yeah.
Asking the audacity to ask that question in front of everybody. I like Jake. I like Jake a lot. He's behind him in the hat over there. He's a cool guy. He makes all our thumbnails. It's the reason you guys click on any of them in the first place. So you get some points for that, I guess. Talk about him for a second.
Framed, next question.
Okay, brilliant, thank you. We're gonna switch into the middle, and I'm gonna go to the left here. And we have a yellow party hat. You here. Bring it across. Oh, it might be green, actually. I can't tell. The lights change the colors of everything.
The lighting is a little weird. So my question is for basically all of you, and that is when and how did you feel when you realized, like, okay, we're doing this, like we're going all in into being a creator, basically?
When the money was going really well, buddy, I'll be honest. It was time. It was time. As I think it surprises me every time I'm speaking to someone. As I finished college, I was about to go to university, and just as I was about to go to university, streaming started picking up. Then I didn't look back since. I'll be honest with you. So good question.
Yeah, similar here. It was kind of just, I was doing digital art half-time, or part-time, and then streaming part-time, and eventually streaming just took over, and it was kind of a financial thing where I was able to, and yeah, it's just been that since.
For me, it was at the start of Swampletics, where I was going to college at the time, but, well, okay, not to be cliche, but Swampletics changed everything. And then I kind of figured, like, this is just what I want to do with my life. And I literally had no idea what I was going to college for. So I just decided, all right, that's that. And I just put all the chips in and haven't looked back. I dropped out, and that's what I've been doing ever since.
Awesome. Just to bounce off that, it was actually at the start of Swampletics when I had him on my podcast that got 5,000 views, and that's when he started full-time. No problem. Don't mention it. I actually had to be convinced to do this full-time. I was in college, it was my senior year of college, about to graduate, deciding whether I was going to pursue film in LA or New York. And I actually had my manager, who's here somewhere, who convinced me. He's like, you know, you get enough views to do this like full-time. And I'm like, shut up, dude, that's insane, you're insane. And within a week, he had convinced me to start taking it seriously and start min-maxing sponsors and figuring I can do this full-time. And I somehow made it work, and I never looked back, and it just kept going.
Does need to be said though, Jimmy, your ad segments are 10 out of 10.
Thanks, man.
Right. Oddly, I don't
Yeah, agreed.
skip.
Very, very good. Very tasteful.
Yeah, I'd always wanted to do it full-time, but parents said I had to get my college degree, so I spent 4 years of college just thinking, I don't want to do anything in college aside from play RuneScape and make videos. But we survived that, though, and after that, and ended up going full-time right away, and luckily, since then, I've been able to do it. Though there was one moment where I thought it was completely over for me, when I interrupted the official RuneScape live stream. And at that moment, I was like, it's over for me. But we survived that, and we've been around ever since. So I'm happy about that.
It was a pretty epic.
Sorry, Ronan.
It was a pretty epic moment, to be honest. We listen back to that on the annual. Every year it comes up and you post about it. It's like an office tradition.
Yeah.
It's like, put it on, have a good joke.
Love it, love it.
It's amazing. Okay, we're going to take from this section of the front here. And I have, it looks like a reddish shirt with glasses on just here. Thank you. I need like more peripheral vision so I can see everyone at the same time.
Hi guys, I just want a quick question on, so a lot of you are saying that you kind of got into full-time content creation after university or where you were still at college and things like that. Do you think you would still be in the same position you are now if you'd went to work first, or do you think that transition into full-time content creation would be harder? So I'm a new part-time kind of streamer, content creator. Your life balance is just like everybody else does, and I imagine there's a lot of people with the same kind of issues and balances to check out. But do you think starting earlier was easier, or do you think it would be harder now?
Whoa. Question.
Did you get that?
Yeah, so essentially, it was mentioning that a lot of you have said that you took the plunge into full-time content creation while you're still in like college, university, a younger state in life. Do you think it would have been harder had you had continued through college, got yourselves a job, and then tried to move into full-time? I think, did that...
That's the essence of it, yeah, just because I think if I'd started back when I was in university, I felt like I'd maybe have more time to kind of flex around and less demands, and just probably struggling trying to balance.
Yeah, perfect, got it. Yeah, so like you have a lot more free time. Well, you're probably not meant to have more free time, but I think we all can agree during studies that you will abuse the time that you get given. So yeah, would it have been harder, do you think, had you finished, got into a job and then tried to move over?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, especially with this game, I feel like, I can't imagine how I would have done Swampletics, for example, because certain series I would say require a lot of game time and editing time. I genuinely don't know how I would have done that had I, if I was working a job or if I was a full-time student. So I kind of felt like I need to drop out just to make this as good as I can make it. That being said, I wouldn't have done that had I not had enough financial security at the time. I think you do need to get to a certain point where you can make that sacrifice. But yeah, it would be really hard. This is just a really grindy game. So it takes a lot of time. And you want as much of that as possible.
That's true. It's not easy to put 100 hours of content into a 20-minute video. People maybe not realize that that's 2-3 weeks in the making of grinding, right? So, yeah.
I had just talked about this exact question yesterday about how there's a certain motivation that you have when you're wanting to do this full time, you're wanting to become a creator, but you are working a 9-to-5, you're going full-time college, doing both even. You have a certain motivation that you will never experience unless you're in that position. I have yet to feel that motivation the same way while I was going full-time student, working summers, the entire summer, while trying to make creations on the side. That's what I did for the first 5-6 years of making content. It took that long to do it full-time. I have not felt that genre of motivation, and it is the strongest form of motivation that you can have, is when you want it that bad, because you have to really relish in that motivation, because it goes away as soon as you realize I'm doing this full time. So harness it if you have it, because it's going to drive everything.
Amazing. We are getting close to being at time, so I'm going to try and quick fire out 2 questions. And I believe we have one in the middle here, just at the front. If we can bring down, the mic's coming. I saw you earlier. This side here. Yep. And then I'm going to grab one from over here afterwards, and that will wrap us up.
Hi, I would like to ask how hard is it to stay focused on just one game, and how hard is to branch out, because I know some of you tried that. And how are you feeling about building the community for maybe different games as well? Thank you.
Okay.
I can't stay away from another game as well, and Ever heard of a game called Rust before? That game is like a second job.
When is the next server going to be out?
Oh,
yeah.
I need to do one of those, but the next time we do a Rust server, I want to make it a RuneScape themed Rust. Do you get what I mean? So I want a Lumbridge Castle,
Okay.
actual monuments and stuff. Do you get what I mean? So I'm trying to work on that.
Please do.
But very difficult, very difficult. Once you start playing another game, you've got to get back to RuneScape before it sucks you in. But RuneScape's one of those games you just can't put down. Do you know what I mean? Once you get back into RuneScape, you're back in as well. So,
Branching out is really, really tough. Not even just of branching out from RuneScape, but I remember how terrifying it was when I had started going full-time through by release, and I accidentally uploaded something that wasn't by release. It was a video called Don't Mess with Swamp Man. And it was me and Framed messing with him during his green lizard grind. And I meant to upload it to my side channel, and I thought my career was over because they put it on the main channel. And it turns out people actually don't hate me if I post other things. And that kind of led to a motivation of, I'm going to start showing my face in videos. And eventually it was like, I'm going to start giving my opinion about things, which was a debatable thing to do. Reddit doesn't like that. But then that transitioned into, hey guys, what if I tried another MMO for a second? And I'll come back to RuneScape soon, don't worry. But I'm very lucky to be in that position, but it is like jumping out of a plane without a parachute and hoping that you land on something that lets you live, because it is terrifying doing that. But you can do it. Anyone can do it. You just have to make audience be there for you, and it'll work itself out.
Awesome. I know, Hannah, you were going to keep saying.
I was going to say that it's obviously scary, branching out and trying to stream other games, but I think something that's nice about the people that watch RuneScape is they're pretty open to watching other games as well, and especially if you're playing something that's, nostalgic. For me personally, I like doing that, going back to games that people really love, and it's my first time playing it. I feel like the RuneScape community really appreciates that, so.
Okay, awesome. I apologize. I said a little bit of a white lie. I was going to ask another question on this slide, but we've run out of time, and we need to wrap up so that we can stick to schedule. But if you want to ask any more questions, please just make sure you come and find us. Jimmy and Soup will also be at the meet and greet area. Jimmy, I think we need to get you over there pretty sharpish from 2. And I had to move Soup to be a little bit later in the day because I forgot that I'd had him on here and double booked him. So sorry if you were hoping to have seen Soup an hour ago. He will be there from 3:30. But a massive thank you to everyone for joining us.
Thank you.
Questions.
Thank you guys. Seriously.
Yeah. And of course, thank you to all of you for being here and answering the questions. Really sorry we didn't get to ask every single one of them. But I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Thanks for being here, and we'll see you soon.
Hi, brothers.
Holding hands.
Thank God they didn't let you ask.